What's going on, everybody? Brett here. I'm back today, playing some more Surviving Mars on the Green Planet DLC, and we are following Opportunity. Really cool feature. You just kind of watch them go about their little lives, doing their very boring humdrum job. But guys, yeah, that's enough of that. Alright, so in the last episode, what did we do? Okay, so I have a few things to go over. First of which, before anyone loses their mind, the electronics factory, it's taking up all of these workers, but we don't have rare metals, so we cannot make electronics. It's something I didn't realize. We need to turn this building off. All of those workers will now go into the pool, and they should be helping us to do tons of other stuff. Lots of other jobs should be filling up now, and we need to make rare metals a bit of a priority. It's what's going to help us to eventually make money. We'll be able to load those up into our rockets and send them back to Earth. So, are any of our rockets already loaded? Almost. Bueno 2 is almost loaded. And yeah, last episode we got a huge shipment of colonists in. Man, look at all the metal that we currently have. Okay, sector... What did we find? Did we find rare metals? Underground rare metals. We don't have the technology yet to take care of that. But what we do have is an explorer who can come out here and scan this anomaly. Alright. So we do have another deposit of rare metals here. Might as well scan all that. Doesn't really matter. All that's pretty far in the future. But we definitely need to send out our explorer to go and analyze that. Did I accidentally click him off of that? Go scan that anomaly, buddy. And we need for our transport to be gathering materials if he can. If there's actually anything for him to grab. I see some metals here. Oh, this looks like quite a bit. So let's take that. Take all. And I think that is just metal. We can take a second to look at it. We don't really have a ton of stuff going on right now, sadly. We're in that like mid-game lull. And yeah, this is quite a bit of metal for us. So we're happy to find that. Would be better to find some like polymers kind of sitting around, but I'm not seeing too much of that. Yeah, just more and more metal deposits. But anyway, guys, today we're going to send a rocket back. And yeah, I mean, I was trying pretty hard to think of what we could do that would be very productive. And it's hard for me to know. Let's start by sending our rocket back. Let's return to Earth. I think one of the biggest things we're waiting on currently is technologies to be researched, especially the ones that allow us to go into the Earth or into Mars and dig out things like rare metals. Our colony right now should be pretty self-sustaining. The only material that we cannot produce currently is electronics, and something is draining our electronic supply by 0.6 in maintenance. I'm not 100% sure what it is. Maybe these water vapors? No, those take metal. Drone hubs. Double drone hubs is what must be draining our supply. That makes more sense. But regardless of that, our power consumption is fine. Life support seems to be going well. Water. You know, our water demand is pretty much equaling out right now our current supply. We could consider dropping down another water extractor, but there's no real reason to put it here. We may end up having to expand our base of operations, ooh, meteor striking, to a different part of the map, one particularly that may have rare metals, and it would be even better if they had rare metals as well as water. So yeah, that's what we could be looking to do. It takes quite the supply line to get from here, you know, let's say out to here. But it's not impossible and it's not difficult. You just need to have the right setup. So right now, once our rocket gets all the way back to Earth, how's this one doing on fuel? Okay. How many more people can we currently fit? Okay, so 14 more in this dome, and this dome should be full. Yes. So I think we can take 12 more colonists. However, they won't really have as many jobs as they could. We could open more facilities, but at the end of the day, it's not necessary for their happiness, and it's just going to be a drain on our resources.
Anomaly analyzed.
So we're now getting more research per soul, which is great because, like I said, what we really need right now is research. We're trying to get these moisture vaporator upgrades going, but what I'd really like to do, I'm not sure where it falls. So let's take a second to check out what we have to unlock here. Probes are deeper and can... They're cheaper and can deep scan. That's pretty important. They no longer require power or maintenance on our sensors. I'm not 100% sure where the technology comes from for us to drill. I imagine it's in engineering. Large water tank. I like the idea of that. That's pretty new to me. Any of these allow for things to be done beneath the surface. We're growing, getting upgrades. You know, I'm not seeing anything. This allows us to build drone hubs, which we absolutely need if we're going to expand. So let's get that on the list. We can get that before the fungi. How can we remove that? There we go. Right click. Too easy. And we can also generate even more research with an Explorer AI. So we can read it. AI specifically tailored for our explorers will think for itself, gathering only the data they have deemed could be of interest. The above will greatly contribute to our research initiatives. So it's another free 100 soul. Right now we're getting 200, but we could be getting 300. And it looks like we also have genius colonists. So we're getting an extra 150. So 350 per soul. We could be getting 450. And some of these technologies are pretty expensive already. And they may end up getting just more and more expensive. But yeah, I can't help but feel like maybe it's under physics, the unknown techs, but we're going to have to find more research points. And our explorer here, yeah, he's got nothing to do. We can't get him up here to these other two, so we just need to bring him back. Let's bring him home to where he can receive maintenance. Make sure he doesn't run out of battery, get hit by a meteor, anything like that. The rocket's nearing Earth. Our colonists are working. So what else do we have that we could, what other resources do we have that we could make use of? We could consider throwing down a third dome. I'm not sure how necessary that is at the moment, considering we can still handle one more shipment of people. We can take a second to look at perhaps some of the things we could add to this dome. We already added a park here. What could we add? Can't use any of the spires, of course, because this place is too small. They consume polymers. Don't like that at the art store, and we don't particularly need it. The casino complex, yeah, they require maintenance and electronics, which we don't have. Is there anything standard that we're not making use of? Probably just the electronics and art store. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's check. Parks, statues, landscaping. Can't wait to get into that. You know what we could do? We don't have any seeds. This also consumes fuel and has a machine part maintenance. We could make, and this is interesting, and I don't hate it. Man, schools require, god dang. Everything I want to build essentially requires this electronics for maintenance, and we just can't afford that right now until we get into the rare metals. Do we have anything in our technology that already allows us to drill? Metals extractor. Okay, we do have metal extractors. Wow, how did I not know that? We have metal extractors. We could be doing that right now. We also have rare metal extractors. When did we... Maybe that was always upgraded. Guys, forgive me. I could be remembering like antiquated information about this game. I thought these were both hidden behind technology researches. Maybe they were, and I just forgot that we did it. But at the end of the day, this is what we need. We need to get these online right now. And also... my original thought, the one I was just having before I like spaced out for a second. Let's get... Is it under here? Yes, another hydroponic farm that we can place down here, and we can use it to produce seeds. So once we get seed production online, personal space. Okay. Personal space. A colonist has snapped. They demand more personal space and are barricaded inside their house until their demands are met. You arrive at the scene just to see a chair flying out of the window, smashing right in front of the crowd of concerned citizens. You hear the hysterical cries from inside. Leave me alone. I don't need to see any of you. Ugh. Personal space is a luxury we can't afford. Well, at the moment, unfortunately, if we accept this and lose some of our living space, our next arrivals won't have places to live. We'll have to build another set of housing, which we don't want to do. So I think we're going to say all colonists lose comfort, because I think we can increase comfort by adding other things. So my idea basically was we have one of these hydroponic farms right now producing food on a steady rotation of only food, and this other one here will have making seeds. And with those seeds, we'll be able to finally start getting into the terraforming aspects of the gameplay here. So another sector was scanned, nothing really for us to go and check out. This area over here, though, is pretty rich in resources. They have these features here. Comfort in the area of the dome. Comfort boost. That's nice. We could use those where we are now. But tons of underground metals, which we don't need nearly as badly as we need the underground rare metals. So my idea right now is, do we go around and just anticipate us having to build here in the future, and then kind of send out a tendril of power and water supply to this area? And I think that's how we're going to end up going with it. It looks like our rocket has arrived, so let us give ourselves a passenger rocket. I think for the moment I'm just going to stick with the people they give me. It's a pretty time-intensive process to go through and specialize in people. So we are just going to launch. There's only space for 6 new residents. Let's launch anyway. Do we have one of these turned off? I mean, it says 22 out of 36. 11 out of 14. 11 out of 14. Huh. Maybe that's how many people are working. Maybe we do need to add some more living space here. What can we do? We could add... We almost have the apartments ready. Check our research real quick. How far are we from that? Yeah, we're a little ways away. Let's close. And I guess we have to drop down another set of these apartments. So yeah, let's do that. We've got the seeds going. Seed production should be, I guess it's 0.6. We can upgrade it. Decreases workplaces by 1. Interesting. I haven't really been looking to see what I could upgrade and what I couldn't. What about this here? Nothing there. Security tower, that would be nice. Well, I'll hold off on that until I know just where all of my resources need to go. And with that, we are ready to launch Winnow 1 to Earth. So achievement unlocked, Seeds of Life. We must have made our first seed, and indeed we did.
Milestone achieved.
First Martian born, awesome. And we did get the hygroscopic vaporators. Water production increased by 50%. That's good, because we did need more water production. But I guess we're very close to consuming too much right now. Yeah, let's upgrade. I think we have 2 of them. One is right there. Does someone have to come and physically upgrade it? I think so. I guess they have to bring the resources here. I wonder if they'll change the way it looks. I could have sworn we had 2. Maybe I put it near the other dome. Does it look any different? It's hard to tell. How much did our water production increased? It looks like by 0.5. Is that worth it? Probably. And here comes the passengers. So let's land them, and their residence is complete. Looking good. Yeah, guys, this is the problem when you don't get to play for a while. I went on vacation, and now I'm kind of like looking at my base, trying to figure out exactly where everything is. And here come the new colonists. What does the $sign mean? Does that mean they don't have a job? They're unemployed. Ooh. Well, we can certainly give them employment.
Sector scanned.
And as soon as we get... Man, schools. Schools are huge. You know what we can do? We can also build... Oh, did we... Water reclamation. Okay. And research lab. It only takes 1 electronic. I'm gonna go ahead and put this down. And we're gonna get people working in there. So the research lab, let's read the description together. It generates research. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Well, I feel like a dummy. But we're building a lot more stuff, so we're gonna need even more electrical. So that's the game, guys. It never ends. And let us rotate. No, cancel. Terrible. Salvage. Having to like shift click R. There we go. There we go. And we'll just make another row, I guess. Yeah, we should put down 1 more, I guess. Just to keep it uniform. And there we go. And for redundancy's sake, we will put power cables all the way around. And there we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm worried about our power. I'm worried about our water. What else do we have going on? Explorers need to be exploring. No. What is our guy doing over here? Is he, yeah, he's all out of things to harvest. So let's create another transport route. That looks like metal. Let's hope it's metal. Space metal. And do that. Is our other rocket currently in space? Let's make it a cargo rocket. And I'm kind of really wishing I had a dozer. But that takes almost all of my money. Let's get 20 electronics. Something like that. Maybe a bit more food. I don't know if 1 drone will tip the balance in our favor. Might as well get some more food and launch. Food is something I think we're self-sustaining on, but it's hard to tell. And we have some researches that are not quite done yet that will allow us to make outdoor farms, indoor farms, and things like that. Okay. Milestone achieved. Where's our research currently sitting? We're at magnetic filtering. Okay. Without the drone hubs, I don't know how we can extend our production out here. We're just going to have to we're going to have to use our RC commander, which actually currently isn't really in use. So let's bring him over there. And I guess that'll be step number 1. We're going to have to set it up with its own independent power source. Its own depots. Yeah, we're just going to have to make our own little independent area out here with plans to expand in both directions, east and west. Let's see how well this facility is working. The research lab is currently generating an extra 181 research for us. That's great. It is consuming these electronics, but that's why we're bringing so many with us on our next trip. And if we desperately need to, we can always call down more supply drops, except that we're pretty much broke now. But we won't be soon, because now we are building for rare metals. Okay, so what do we need to do? So forgive me, guys, if I'm a little slow on certain things, because, man, it's been a while. So rare metal extractors. This will require... See, and it requires machine parts for maintenance. Yep. Too far from drones. My drones are right here. Is that not enough? Too far from domes. Oh, does that require people to work? It does. Oh, man. Okay. See, we're learning together. I have to make a dome way out there, which means I have to connect it somehow with supply lines. Ugh. I know exactly what I have to do now, but it doesn't make it any easier. It's going to require us moving a lot. Alright, let's bring this down. Get all of our supplies coming back in. So we need a dome. We need people. Research moisture farming to build moisture vaporators or get prefabs from Earth. So, I really misunderstood the research that we were getting. We were getting the upgraded moisture farms, but we don't have the moisture farms themselves. Which kind of sucks. Yeah, I'm not 100% on what to do now. You know, we may be able to deep probe our current areas, and we might be able to find some rare metals in our own vicinity. Hopefully I didn't mess that up and that wasn't something we should have done already. If you're better at this game than me and you're watching me play, I'd appreciate any tips you have. This is the order of operations as I see it right now. We need to get a dome out here with people that live in it. Not going to be easy to do because of how far away it is. Because we need these metals to start producing electronics and to start selling back to Earth so that we can make money. Yeah. So, pretty rough problem we find ourselves in because I'm not sure what the best way is to connect our domes currently. Because we're going to have to pull resources, and I feel like we're going to have to make an interconnecting like web of drone hubs. So like another hub here-ish, and then potentially like another one here, and that would get us all the way there. I know later you can get the flying drones that can transport materials, but we don't have that yet. And just placing this out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, we essentially almost have to start from scratch again. Interesting. Well, it's not the worst thing to do, but it's all going to be running off of 7 drones. Well, let's do it. If we have to do it, we need to just go ahead and do it. Let's get that built. Let's run some power lines. Run them straight across. And then maybe up here. Let's also produce... What do wind turbines take? They take... Yeah, we don't need that. We want to make sure we're just using metals. We'll make a couple of these. Alright. We should also, while we're doing this, put down... God dang, where is it? Yes, the dumping site. Let's put down a dumping site. Perhaps just over here. Alright. We have no resources. That's the important thing. We have no resources to build this. Let's get a universal depot. Perhaps there and there. Let's get a concrete depot. Maybe two of them. Okay. Now we will need... We're just kind of setting it up kind of preliminary right now. Now we're going to need... What does it take to build this? Metal and machine parts. Yeah. How can we get them to bring that over here? Can we just request it? I wonder if the drones just won't bring stuff that far. I guess they won't. So we're setting up a little forward base here, but I don't think we have the means to really get it going quite yet.
Sector scanned.
We could put a little dome here. And they'll take some of the metals from the area, and I guess they'll start making it. But it requires quite a bit to make a dome, so I don't really anticipate they'll be able to do it. But yeah, I'm a little bit flabbergasted. This happens sometimes in this game. We're going to need a whole like water source. We're going to need a lot of stuff to get this up and running. There's water here. But I guess we're honestly just being locked out behind technologies right now. Make sure we're scanning everything we can. This is ready to go back to Earth, so let's send it. But we're going to keep one of these rockets here for when we're finally able to get metals. Let's check out our research. Have we unlocked anything useful? Crops? No, we don't want any more biotech, I don't believe. There's got to be technologies we need. We definitely want drone hubs. That's coming up pretty soon. Drone hubs are probably the big one. Once we get that, we can expand. And then maybe with the better probes, we can find rare metals closer to ourselves. But either way, guys, I am learning. Well, relearning as I play this. So many technologies to get. Like, we barely scratched the surface. It's kind of crazy. Not sure what we'll get after that, but yeah, we definitely want to leave the game and fast forward. We're self-sustaining. The colony is not in trouble. We have lots of water. We have lots of resources. We're actually growing pretty quickly on machine parts and polymers. Only a slight drain on electronics, and our research is kind of like in a really great place right now. So the real thing is just we can kind of plan out our expansion. We can place down everything that we need built. Certainly want to connect that. We should also place a battery. And we could also probably, the easiest way to do this that I'm thinking right now is to build a launch pad and use the AoE of the rocket. Bring back some of the materials that we need. Where is our gatherer? Can we use this to gather resources for us? We can get this to load concrete. Wow, this is super useful. So I didn't know you could do this. I never had to. But this is really going to help us to get this going. And we're going to bring it over here, unload. And we're going to do that and bring a lot of the materials over here. I may do a lot of this off camera to make sure you guys don't get bored to death. But we're going to make it. It's a little bit time consuming, but in the meantime, while I'm doing that, there's really no worries because our research is just ticking away, and it's going to make it so much better for us when we finally have something done. And man, this is such a high, like, meteor striking area. It's got me a little bit worried. We need metal. We need metal more than anything. Okay, so let's come and load metal.
Research complete.
Is there a way we can set up like a... I'm not sure how to set up like the relay like we do with the other thing. We just finished low G high rises. I suggest that going to Mars means permanence on the planet, a mission by which we are building up a confidence level to become a 2-planet species. Yeah, Buzz Aldrin. Cool quote. But yeah, just the sheer number of life support systems that we need over here is going to make it pretty difficult to do anything unless we also plan in water around what we're currently doing. And that's going to mean we need to expand.
Resources are low.
Ooh, that's maybe a little too... Can we not even place it as like... No, I guess we can't. Oh man, it's starting to thunderstorm in my house. I'm worried that my recording might get cut short by some lightning. Oh, maybe hail. I've had a lot of hail recently. We have low storage for seeds. Where do we put seeds?
Sector scanned. Anomaly.
Is it a special storage for that? Seed depot? Do you put that inside? Or do you place that outside? I guess we could put it outside. And I guess we come over here and unload. So I'll probably do a lot of that off camera, guys, so don't worry too much about the minutia of this. But I'm going to have to let y'all go because I'm super worried that my recording is going to get cut short. But guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Once again, my name is Brett. My channel is Goodtalk Gaming. And as always, y'all, I will see you in the next one. Take care.